enjoying watching the Eric Flight Twitch channel? Want to help Eric Flight design bigger and better content? Well then, become a subscriber today. That's right, for the price of a fancy cafe, mocha, affogato, americano, you can subscribe to the Eric Flight Twitch channel and help provide for bigger and better things for the channel. For the low price of a subscription, you can rest assured knowing that you will be supporting a worthy cause towards your entertainment. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe today. So, this is what we're looking at here. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't seem to be online, but now it says it's online, and then it says it's not online. But let's see if this works, everyone. Okay, everything's on. I'm kind of flying. I'll apply and save. Go back. Oh. Oh! It's working. Even my tablet's working now, too. So, anyways, we're going to keep flying then. Congratulations to me, I guess. Sorry I had to put you all through that. And I don't know if the photogrammetry is working through Google Map enhancement yet. So I might have to reboot that. But we're flying. How's that? Yeah. Alright, and I still have no clue why VATSIM did not ask me to go to approach there. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm not going to connect the VATSIM till I'm outside of approach because I don't want to mess anything up. I don't want to just pop in the middle of that thing. And thank you for your patience today because, man, it has been a lot with this thing here today. Alright. So, we'll see what happens. I'm going to reload the Google Map enhancement because that's not working at all. It's going to flash. The screen's going to flash. There we go. And I rebooted it, and we'll see what happens. But as you can see, nothing's really changed here. We are online again. That's the cool thing. So maybe the weather will update stuff as we go. We are IFR 8,000 feet. And again, once I get out of Chicago approach area, I will switch back to VATSIM. Where no one's on, but I'll leave it on for after that. I just don't want to pop up in the middle of the screen where there's a problem. Sorry for all the technical glitches today. Kind of a pain.
We'd like to go from here to Imperial and then J8.
Alright, let's finish this flight, Captain Kirk. We've had enough problems. We've had enough problems and trouble today.
Red alert. All hands stand to battle stations.
Oh, man. Sometimes you just gotta laugh it off, you know what I mean?
Alright, going to Bard right now after George.
So,
and then J2 to Hilo Bend.
connect to OBS again. Let's see if it will connect. It doesn't look like it will. Okay. There we go. Hey, now the OBS thing's working. Alright, so anyways, let's make sure this is working. Doesn't look like it is. But, let me see what I can do. Finish it. Finish it now. Oh, man.
After Hilo Bend, clear J50 to El Paso, then direct to Dillo.
J50 El Paso after Hilo Bend, and then to Dillo. That's easy. Southwest 911. Thank you.
All right.
Direct to Rego, Alaska 1257.
Well, see what happens in photogrammetry. I don't think it's working. Not really seeing anything either, though. We are definitely on our way still. That's, I guess, what matters the most. Ah. That's working as well, so good. Alright. GPS out. There's so many things I have to configure. 5-3, okay. So many things. And I gotta restart the GPS out. Alright, this might make the screen flash as well. Might not. We have to see. I guess not. Alright, so that's working now. Good thing I saved my flight plans on my tablet.
FedEx 1222, Cirrus Sapporo, Oscar November Mike.
Alright, that seems to be working again. Yay. And we're in the Merc again. See if this works. It does. So there we go. We're outside the Polo VOR, right near Oregon and Rochelle, Illinois.
250 knots, Frontier Flight 1195.
We are going to make it to our destination. All right, I'm going to reconnect the VAT sim now that I'm out of controller's jurisdiction. There you go. Refollow my flight plan. I just didn't want to pop up there and have problems, you know.
270, 20 degrees left at 710.
Okay. Trying to figure out if it's good to, if it's worth updating to premium on Volanta. I mean, I use it, but I don't know if I want to do premium. If anyone does premium out there, let me know what the benefits are. Because I don't see it. I don't know.
2677, Southwest 9011. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Iowa City or bust. That's what I'm saying now. If it wasn't for all our issues today, we'd probably be almost there by now. I did reboot my whole router, by the way, so that's how everything's working again. But what a pain. Jet Pilot Cinnamon, thanks for coming in today. Just so that you did. It's been nothing but problems, and your sound didn't play at all. So, you know, let me get your sound there, because I didn't hear it at all.
Thanks for coming in today.
So thank you for coming in today. Yeah, it does sometimes, but I've had internet problems here left and right. So, like, everything's craptacular right now. But we're flying to Iowa City with Captain Kirk to his hometown. Star Trek inspired flights here. Picked a theme and went with it. So we have a bunch of them. And also working on my IFR stuff. So, you know, Crapicola, you know it. I mean, I haven't had Capicola in forever. It's amazing. Not healthy at all, but... How you doing, sir? How's the apartment?
Thanks for the help. Resume public speeds at Jack. Public speeds at Jack, American 1243.
Polo VOR coming up. We're at 8,000 feet. And I don't know if photogrammetry is working or not, but we shall see. It doesn't look like it is, to be honest with you, because my Google Maps mod is not loading any type of scenery at all, and it usually is, even if there are clouds. Ooh, look at that! It just kind of broke open to clouds. Nice. Oh, I know. I mean, it is a job still, but Puerto Vallarta, I can't pronounce it. Vallarta must be just some destination you don't want to go to, you know? I mean, it must be such a bummer to have to go there. Can you sense my sarcasm? Oh, man. Well, at least FSLTL is kind of working. I don't know how that's working, but it is. supposed to download flights from FlightAware, which it is still. So it's nice to see that. Right, that's the only thing. Don't get kidnapped. Please don't. That's the reason why my wife and I won't go back to Cancun, even though we went back in 2007 for a honeymoon. We'd love to go back, but we just don't feel like it's worth the risk, if you know what I mean.
Thanks.
Well, there you go. It just was very delayed.
2435, American 1243, good day.
I give you a shout out with that too as well. So here we go. But this has been divided into like 3 different streams thanks to the internet. So that's after I had to research for about 6 to 7 hours. Not straight. I took my time with it, figuring out why my sim was crashing the desktop, and it was one freeware scenery I had to take out to not make it crash the desktop. So hey, at least we learn these things now, right? It's the hazards of downloading freeware scenery. See, that Stu's going to start streaming pretty soon. Albuquerque to Kilo Sierra Alpha November. We are going to finish this Iowa City run. So really get to Riverside, Iowa, which is the hometown of Captain James T. Kirk. Seemed to be a little laggy here, no? Oh yeah, the frame rate went down considerably. I don't know why, but it did. I don't know if anything that's really bogging stuff down here. Alright, we're going to turn left to direct to Davenport, you are. Charlie Victor Alpha next. But yeah, we're lagging. We're lagging bad. Must be all the clouds. $36 minutes or so to go. Good stretch. No matter what you do, streams never go the way you want them to. Or flight sim sessions, because everything kind of just goes a little weird. Today was the internet, though. My internet is crap in bed. We didn't get to see Chicago, saw all the clouds. What is that stuff down there? What is that? Is that supposed to be rain? It could be. Alright, let's look at Volanta. We'll look at our path here. We came out of Lansing, Michigan. Had ATC to about here, and then we got Unicom. Then I had all these internet problems over Chicago, so I didn't talk to Approach at all. It disconnected me from VATSIM. And I decided just to wait till I get out of that because I didn't want to connect in the middle of a session somewhere. But we are making it to Iowa City. We're very close to it, right there. And originally this was going to be for 4 Bravo 6, but we had crash desktop problems. So it's like problems lead to problems lead to problems. And that's what's going on.
Alaska 1257, descendant pilot discretion, maintain flight level 300.
Pilot discretion at flight level 300, Alaska 1257.
Well, Google Maps imagery is not working, so I have no clue what it's going to look like when we go to the set. But We are supposedly connected. So, it is what it is. Man, this weather is pretty crappy out here. Trying to see what the photogrammetry looks like. Let's see if we can actually do that. Only at 8,000 feet, so let's take a look at what our future holds for us, shall we? I don't even see any scenery, do you? It's like not loading anything. Okie dokie. Oh, that's because I'm in the ground. I'm sorry. I didn't even see the ground. Alright, so we'll see what it looks like in Iowa City. Some interesting music there, too, as well. Oh, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We'll keep flying. We'll see what happens. I might have to check out photogrammetry again and see what's going on. Let's do that now before I have a problem. Photogrammetry's on. Big roll graphics.
Guard,
there we go. Oh, it's working now. That's what the problem was. Alright, give it a minute. Sorry about all the problems. Digi, thank you for putting me on guard. It's loading all the scenery. I don't know if you see us, but there's the Google Maps enhancement here. And if you look at the bottom, it shows me it's downloading tiles. So that's probably what it's waiting for. At least I'm hoping. So it looks like we will have some type of imagery there. Look at my cache. Look how big that thing is. And I should probably disconnect from VATSIM. Not that anyone was there. But there we go. All right. Oh, it's still loading. Awesome. What's that? The Google Maps thing? I use it all the time. I love it. You have to buy a license now if you want the really good scenery. But seeing that as one of the first the donators, I got it for $5 for a year. I can't remember what it is per year for the license. But they give you a free version of it, the Google, but it's not the most updated server for Google. You can also choose from Google or Apple Map or China HD, whichever that is, Mapbox, the regular Google Maps server, Bing Maps, the latest version of it, ArcGIS or Mapbox again. So with the license, you can pick from all those. With the non-license, I think you just pick from regular Google. But you notice that we finally have it. It's working! Oh my lord. Right, I wasn't able to disconnect from VATSIM. That was a faux pas as well. But luckily no one was on for me. Alright, Digi Driver. Good luck on that. I gotta blow my nose. It's like everything happens at once. So I'm gonna switch to auto for a second, turn the mic off. I'll be right back.
Fighting 1215, catch up turbo 27.52. 2752, fighting 1215.
We're back in the saddle. I think everything's working finally. It just took like half an hour. And on the fly, you know, stopping. But they get the autopilot.
Automatic pilot.
Automatic pilot. There it is.
I'll go back to the passengers.
So everything seems to be working finally. Oh, thank the Lord. Digi, good luck on designing and learning more about airport design. Thanks for tuning in and putting up with me on the broadcast. As far as frame rate, that's gotten a little bit better. I don't know what's going on there. But we're still loading scenery like you wouldn't believe it, so. But we can now see the ground, everybody. Yay. If you don't know anything about computers, you wouldn't be able to do half of this stuff. So it just shows you that you have to have some ingenuity to make sure everything's working. It's loading everything. That's why I keep doing all this stuff here. It also contributes to my frame rate being down. There I am. We are on our way to Iowa City. For real. Oh. Thank the Lord. Could kind of, hopefully not disconnect from the internet. So, seeing that I did a midstream rebooting of the router, I'm hoping not. All right, 30 minutes to go to Iowa City. Sorry about all the problems today. I'll do this one last time.
Good evening, FedEx 12.2 Heavy with you,
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
It's been a terrible day of computers. I was wondering why it was all black terrain down there. And just wasn't doing photogrammetry. But now it is. It's probably catching up all that scenery that was not loading at all. So we're up to 22,000 tiles of imagery being loaded already.
Delta 884, cross strict data maintain 12000, San Diego altimeter 2999.
Alrighty then, we're going to cross into Iowa pretty soon. Once we cross that river there, I'm trying to figure out what the river's called. Is it the Mark? No, that's the National Mile. Oh, it's the Mississippi. We're crossing the Mississippi, everybody. We're just in the northern part, so I didn't know what that was. So this is the Mississippi right here, which we are going to cross into Iowa. It's kind of frozen over. That is the border between Illinois and Iowa. Should probably get an updated pressure setting, so let's look at Quad Cities International. Kilo Mike Lima, India, ATIS is 121.2.
GPS 913, Canatoli Center 27.52.
I'm not hearing anything. Maybe we're not close enough yet, but I thought we would be. Monitoring COM 2? No, we're not. That would also be nice.
Quad City Airport information, Yankee 1800 Zulu. Wind 287 at 12. Visibility 10. Sky condition 2,300 feet scattered, ceiling 4,500 feet overcast. Temperature 3. 2.10.
Hello,
Altimeter 29.93.
2993.
Landing and departing runway 27. VFR aircraft.
Sorry about the terrible frame rate. We're at 12. Again, I don't know if that's because it's loading everything, because it wasn't loading it for a while. But we'll keep flying. Could just be that little flight sim thing where the frames go down after a while of flying, but usually I don't get that anymore. So, crossing the Mississippi here.
1195. G6 here, sending us to Solution.
Sorry, that's goes offline with it.
Yeah, Frontier Flight 1195, 255, sending to Solution.
Frontier 1195, LA Center, Roger, FedEx.
Oh, boy.
Jack, gonna maintain 10,000, sending altimeter 2999.
2999er, Jack. Jack at Frontier 10,000.
Looks pretty. Again, it did kind of clear up a little bit as we're going. We went right through that storm, which is over Chicago, which is probably the same storm coming at us here in the Northeast in real life for the nor'easter. let's take a picture while we're crossing the Mississippi, shall we? There we go. Alright. When is that weather supposed to be coming in? High wind, snow, and rain to the northeast. I think it's Tuesday. Let's see what happens. Daily forecast. Supposed to be cloudy, showers, rain, and wind. That's on Tuesday. It doesn't say snow, so at least where I am, in Massachusetts. Rain, snow, and wind on Tuesday. Yeah. Windy with rain and some snow mixing in the afternoon. High 41 degrees. That's why it's going to be rain mostly. So I don't know if we will get anything there. But Wednesday is supposed to be windy with snow showers in the morning. Chance of snow 50%, higher wind gusts possible. So will we get a snow day for school this week? I don't know. We only got a 2-hour delay the last time we had snow. We haven't had much of anything. And after that, so Wednesday and Tuesday are the days to look at.
American 2490, 1,000, 3000.
American 2490, up in around the climbing zone 230.
I maintain 230, American 2490.
I can see the ground. And that's it. That's the Google Maps imagery. This is the pro version, though. So you need a license for this. And that's the best you can do for level of detail. It's like 4 layers into one, making sure it looks good. And I think it looks fantastic. I gotta be honest with you. It depends. Some places, satellite imagery is a little off, but in most places it looks just like this. It's beautiful. Crossing the Mississippi.
FedEx 1654, consider 126.77.
2677, FedEx 1654. Have a good weekend.
Alright, let me see what's going on here. My Google Maps stuff, just like looking at Google Maps, is all messed up too. So I have to figure out what's going on with that. Oh, it's working again. Imagine that. It's working again. I don't know what I did. I cleared out the cache. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. Let's see where Riverside, Iowa is in relation to Iowa City. It's actually south of the city. We'll go take a look at it. There's the Voyage Home Museum, which is the Star Trek inspired museum, I believe. For the It's a blend of historical city displays and Star Trek memorabilia celebrates its official designation as the future birthplace of Captain James T. Kirk. So we'll go take a look at it with the drone cam. But it's right south of the airport, down Route 218, and then you take a right onto Route 22. And it's just a small, little, dinky town. And that's why we flew to Iowa City. There's no real closer airport than Iowa City for that. So I mean, there's Pfeiffer Field, which is a restricted private airport. There's Washington Municipal, but I decided to go Iowa City Municipal. So, very interesting. So we're coming up on the hometown of Captain James T. Kirk, and that would be right about here on the map. Mississippi River, everybody. Flying over it now. We are in Iowa now. Never switched the tanks. Might have been nice, but I'm good. I'm going to switch it now. We're on boost going to the left. And we've been doing good on fuel the whole time, so. Trying to look at some of these photos. I'll show you some of this stuff when we get there. I think they have like a Trek festival here too, if I remember right. Trekfest.com. I think that's what it's called, to be honest with you.
FedEx 1279 is 10.6, climbing to 14,000.
Maybe not. I guess they got rid of the website at least.
230.
Let's just search for Trekfest. Yeah. 2023. That's not it. So maybe they got rid of it. Who knows? No, wait. Nope. It's .org. That's it right there. So they have a Trekfest. And it looks like this year it's in June. And the theme is Quark's Bar. So that's pretty cool. Nice. Future birthplace of Captain James C. Kirk. There you go. So what do they do at this Trekfest? Alright, let's we got print materials here. Looks like model show, makeup event. Maybe they're still kind of planning this main stage entertainment. Well, looks like, I don't know, looks like they're still kind of in the planning stages for all this. They're still doing all that. But they do have a Trekfest still, which is nice to see. And as far as the Voyage Home Museum, while we turn towards Iowa City now, awesome. They have some pictures. Surprise Drive. There's the Riverside History Center, which also includes some Star Trek stuff. I guess, what's your name from Lost in Space was there, signing autographs. Might not even be Lost in Space, but look at that. So that's why, again, we've chosen to go to Iowa City, Iowa. Very interesting. And then around town, here's the sign announcing the birthplace. Very interesting. Alright, well, now you know why we're going. So, take a look at a video too after we land and everything. Just get an idea more about it, and then we'll conclude our broadcast. Alright, let's get some weather for Iowa City here. I know we're far out, but better to be planned than not planned, so calm to 128.075. We'll pick our approach here.
Automated weather observation 180 Zulu. Wind 284 at 17. Visibility 10. Sky condition ceiling 4,500 feet. Minus 1 feet, 2.10 feet, altimeter 2998. Kilo India Oscar Whiskey.
Chicken scratch, I know.
180 Zulu. Wind 284 at 17. Visibility 10 ceiling 4,500 feet broken. Temperature minus 1 feet, 2.10 feet, altimeter 2998.
One more time.
Kilo India Oscar Whiskey, automated weather observation 1800 Zulu. Wind 284 at 17. Visibility 10. Sky condition ceiling 4,500 feet broken. Temperature minus 1 feet, 2.10 feet, altimeter 2998.
Alright, I think I got it. So that's Oscar 284. Go back to guard there. Alright, so what are the runways we can land at here? We got 725 and 1230. So we're talking probably 30. Runway 30. Let's see what we got. We got the RNAV only for 30. And so maybe we're gonna try loading it in here. We're gonna try and make it all automated today. Just get There's a procedure. Select approach. And it's going to be the RNAV for 30. Maybe we can do the visual. Let me see what happens to the visual. Do I have the visual?
2677 Southwest.
Alright, let's just do the RNAV. Make it easy on ourselves. Okay, RNAV vectors. Initial approach fix. Equar. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do the course reversal. Minimums off.
UPS 921 Center, registered red bar, Bravo 212, then contact maintain level 330.
Load. That, I think we're going to activate it at this time. Because we know what we're doing. We're only 38 nautical miles out. So, let's activate it. Okay, and that should make us go to Iquar. Just to show you what's going on here. I'm going to go direct to Iquar. We might do the hold. So we're going to do some work on that. And then we're going to come at 306 here on the approach. So we'll switch over to approach. Right now it's going direct to Iquar. We would have asked for that with air traffic control and all that stuff. But what's up? You're stuck in your hamper. I'm talking to my daughter, by the way. Okay, I'm almost done, okay? You gotta give me like another 30 minutes, alright?
American 1543,
okay.
approach on 124.35.
It's always when I'm streaming and when I'm landing. I mean, I love her to death, but it's always at those points, you know? But, you gotta love it, so. Alright, Maddie, please go somewhere else, okay? Please go somewhere else, thank you. So we will make this happen. Alright, now we are supposed to cross Iquar no lower than 3,000. So let's start our descent to 3,000. Allison, please announce the descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened, and all carry-on luggage is stowed safely and securely in the aircraft. Thank you.
Right about there, and we'll keep it going here.
Southwest 15, maintain 290 knots, agreed for spacing, disregards public speed. Okay, you're better, Southwest.
And there you go. We are going to do this approach. Okay, looking at it again together. We got 3,000. We can do a holding pattern, which is what you would do if the air traffic control didn't just lead you in. Usually they just lead you in, which is what I'm finding out through VATSIM. Where did VATSIM go? Oh, there you are. Okay. Atlanta, Chicago approach. Chicago. And there's no one on there, which is fine. So. Alright, if we were to do this, we are heading approximately 255. I gotta... Oh, sorry about that. Give me a second here. I'm gonna work on this whole holding thing here. So we're heading 255 direct. La la la. 345.
United 2104 with you.
Did I get that right? No, 75.
2104 center after
On the aviation, that's 165. That makes sense, okay. It is a right pattern. Okay, and entering 126. So according to this, it's going to be a direct approach. I mean a direct hold if we're going to do that. I'm going to turn right to the right for 1 minute, which makes sense in a way. I hope I did that right. So that's what it's looking like, a direct approach. We'll turn to the right for 1 minute. I might actually do that. I'm thinking it over now. That'll be all manual flying from there. So we hit 126. I got my watch ready to go for timing issues. Let's just go to Iowa. It looks like we're going to do the hold. So maybe this will tell me how to do the hold as well, because that's what the GPS does in real life, to be honest with you. See, it does have the hold on there. And it tells you when to turn and this and that, but to turn to the right for 1 minute until we hit 126. Going way too fast here.
Okay, slow to 280 and descend via the lucky one further, but to maintain 10,000.
It did break open here as we got into Iowa, so frames seem to have gotten better too. What happened there? Not really according to what it's showing, but it feels smoother.
270 now, speed southwest 54.
All right. Final approach fix is Kirk. Let's see. Missed approach. Climb to 1100, then climbing left at 3000 direct to the Iowa VOR. So let's get that set up on the nav radio. Nav 1 will have that. And that is 116.2. That we will have it set up on nav 1. And we'll use this to help navigate there if we have to. Climb to 1100, then climbing left turn to 4000. Okay. That's our minimum decision altitude. 342. Looks like that. And is my tablet stuck? Oh no, my tablet's not stuck. Okay, that's just delayed.
Southwest 1901 center after Momar, descend via the lucky one, extend maintain 12000, San Diego altimeter 2999.
2999 after Momar, descend to the lucky one, extend maintain 12000 level.
This seems a lot more immersive than the 530 was on the simulator, that is. Because usually this is what it does, and it shows you the hold and tells you where to go. But we are deciding for the approach to runway 30 at Iowa City. Then right where we get to Iowa, again, we'll start our descent. I mean, we could go direct down from there, but I think I want to practice this hold here. This would be a good practice for me. This is what we're doing on the simulator before we just kind of could get scheduling to line up here for my instrument reading. And Christmas. Christmas expenditures were kind of hard this year, as I said, press things, but we're on the off swing again now, so. 8 minutes to Iowa City, by the way, but we're going to do that hold and then go right in there. You could kind of see it right in front of us, though, towards the right. So Iowa City's out here somewhere. I don't know if we can see it. Man, it's going to take a lot of focus on this just to keep it going. So, here we go. Almost at 3,000. Kick it back up. I'm going to go full rich on the mixtures, make sure I have it there. Go 65% power. We're getting rocked around pretty good too. Those winds are 284 at 17. So it's just gonna be a matter of tracking that now. Okay, how far away from Iowa? 8.5 nautical miles. It should be 6 nautical miles to Kirk. And then 5.4 nautical miles out after that when we hit Kirk to Iowa City. Which we can see out there. So that's where we are landing.
Plan 3400 Roger, the mile altimeter 2997.
299.
Looks like we're getting rocked around pretty good.
FedEx 116 and Whiskey 11-5 for 14,000.
FedEx 1116, heavy, center climb and maintain, level 230.
230.
As evidenced by the autopilot going up and down there. Jeez. What are the winds? Oh, it's a headwind of 23 knots. 21 knots, excuse me. So that kind of makes sense when we're having such issues. By doing the hold, you can set yourself up better too to get on that 306 radial here. So, but everything should be GPS, so this should switch to what I need it to be. And if not, we will figure it out. Iowa City traffic, Cirrus Network Foxtrot. We're intercepting the holding pattern for the RNAV on runway 30 for a full stop. Iowa City.
United 2104, to the public speed.
You wouldn't have to announce that, but seeing that I'm doing that sim, it's just me. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to report that to people. There's a plane that just left there, a 152. Who's that? November 479er30. And it is socked in there. Look at that. That's why we fly IFR here. Whoa.
Boston 29 Yankee, contact approach on 124.35. Good day. 2435.
It might fly the hold for you too on autopilot. I don't know if it does or not, so we'll see that too. But at least I kind of did the busy work. Because they say that a lot of pilots don't remember how to do holds sometimes because everything's automated for them. It's true, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. It did switch it for me, so there you go. Yeah, and it's doing the hold. Very interesting. Alright, going to be a 1 minute hold to 1 minute turn, I mean, to 126. So let's see if it does it. Yeah, it's doing the hold. Yeah, it's interesting how it's all automated. So at about a minute, it should level out on a 126 degree heading, which is what it set it to over here too. That's all on the chart here. You'd have to just do this manually by brain and reading a chart if you did not have autopilot with the G1000. This is pretty cool, but I'm trying to get the knowledge of it all in my head. So we should be turning out right sometime right about now-ish. Yeah. So we turn out right about here. So that's about a minute. They're going to make sure we hit 126 though. No, it's going to intercept it for real. So that's why it's overshooting it to line up more. It could also be for wind. You have to correct for wind on this. Boy, that is interesting. And then it's going down to Kirk. And I won't hit approach yet, but approach should maybe just do the approach for me, to be honest with you. Okay, and then you'd fly this way for about a minute. Because, what's our ground speed? 175, maybe not a minute. maybe like 45 seconds or so. See that 173 knots ground speed. It's rocking us up and down with these winds, though. Jeez. It's interesting just letting it do its thing and thinking about what you'd be doing right now. I mean, I'd just be flying this manually, but this wind is pretty brutal as well. Alright, so it's going to start to take a turn. You gotta go by your hold here, too. That's the distance right there. So it's the IAF hold. It's now turning. It's supposed to be a 4 nautical mile path. It's going to turn to 306, which it's set automatically. Yep. Initially, it's all the way down to the runway after this. But this hold, if they want you to hold, it also sets you up a little bit better. It gives you time to set up the landing. Very interesting. I haven't done an automated hold on this thing ever. And you can see where it wants you to fly too. So. Man, automation for the win. Imagine if you had to do this in the old days without it. You could still do it. But, that's 4 nautical miles away. That's when you know to start your turn. And then it's a 1 minute turn to the right. And I was correct on the direct thing, so that's what it did here. Did the direct turn. Alright, airport should be right in front of us. It is. Get one more check on the ATIS here. Same thing, 286 at 17. Alright, I'm going to take the tablet off the screen so you can see what we're doing here. Just letting it fly. We have to descend down to 2,000 once we hit IQR. I don't know if it'll automatically do that. So, indicated airspeed. VNAV. VNAV? I don't know if that will do it or not, but we're going to hit approach now. Let's see what that does. It's pretty much an approach. It's telling me right here. Iowa City right in front of us. This right here is the go around. If we have to miss the approach, go up here to 1100, take a left, 3000, hold that holding thing until they would tell us what to do. We're on our own. Let's see if it switches to 2000, which I hit my bar. Just 0.3 nautical miles away. Next direct track, 306. Yep. Now we're going to Kirk. So final fix. Approach fix. Should be going on the 2,400. That is correct. So we're going on to 2,000. It's everything's automated. Every little thing is automated. 2,400, and then from there it's a 3 degree to the touchdown, which is right in front of us. This is amazing. This thing doing everything for you. This is why pilots kind of forget how to do holds and stuff. Very cool. And again, just letting it play out so I could see it and what I would be thinking, doing everything manually, that helps me as well. So. Okay. So when we hit Kirk, it's going to be 5.4 nautical miles away, but we could see the runway because we're in pretty good weather. So as far as decision, we're good. We're good to go. This wind is going to be a pain. All right, this is 30, wind's coming from 286. So we'll anticipate wind coming from our left. It's pretty brutal. And
once we hit Kirk, we'll put some flaps in too and slow this thing down. That is cool.
Lucky one to maintain 240.
Alrighty then. Seeing that everything works now. For some reason, everything's working. We get there. 3-0 used to be 2-9er. Nope, that's 2-5. There's 3-0. We gotta take a turn to the right. The ramp is right there. So the ramp's over here. That's what I do if the area chart is just this. I usually go look at Google Maps and I figure out where the terminal is. So, which I did off screen, but I would also do it on the tablet. So. Very cool. Alright, we're just routing it in, letting the computer do its work here. Now we're going runway 30. It's setting me up for about it's half the ground speed. So it's about 700 feet per minute or so, which is set to go down to the runway. I'm just going to let it fly down to the runway. We're going to slow this thing down majorly, then we'll get some flaps in. Okay, maybe not. I'm going to take manual. Here we go. So we got to slow it down a little bit. Flaps is 119, so we got to get down there. Okay, I'm on now. Come on now. Let's go. Get down. Flaps. Angle down. We see the runway right there. It's looking pretty good. And this is it, people. I'm going to make it. I got to turn the tablet off. There you go. I'm going a little bit more than 600 feet per minute, but our ground speed's 84 now. So let's get this thing back up a little bit. We should be about 85 on the approach, but seeing that we have kind of gusty winds here, gonna be good. We'd follow this if we couldn't see the runway, but we'd have to make a decision in a little bit here. It's amazing that it did all that work for us, though. Mind-boggling. Not that you want. You want to know how to do it the long way too, obviously. It's just the same stuff. Man. It's a little bumpy. Frame rate doesn't help us either.
Copa 472, contact center, correction approach on 128.1. Good day.
Isn't that amazing it did all that by itself? Iowa City, Cirrus Nautical Foxtrot. We're final on the RNAV runway 30 approach. We're 2 nautical miles out. Iowa City. Okay, slowing it down a little bit more. Put some more flaps in. I think we're going to go full on this one. And I am high, but alright, full flaps. Throttle's out, so maybe we can get down to 85. Okay, a little bit of throttle now. Okay, we were a little high there, so we're looking good now. One more throttle. Man, that is some strong gusting right there. So we might ride this throttle a little bit more.
Press 43, fly heading 350, intercept the final approach course, runway 32 at March.
Turning left to a heading of 350 into runway 32,
RS 43, contact approach on 134.0.
Okay, man, it is bumpy. Rather be faster than slower on this one. Okay, so coming like 90-ish.
Alaska 773, contact approach on
Wow.
124.35.
Wow! Well, this is not the ideal weather for flying a passenger.
Southwest 312,
Oh.
public speed, Southwest
As long as we got it down, that's all I cared on this one, because man, that was gusty. Wow. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna taxi back. Because that's another runway, so. Flaps up. Okay, we're gonna turn this puppy on. Iowa City traffic, Cirrus SR22 Foxtrot back taxi. Runway 30 to the parking, Iowa City. Boy, that was a heck of a landing there.
Still the 540, keep your speed up until Helix, and then resume the public.
I come right out here, and that goes to the parking. We made it, though. Welcome to Iowa City, everybody. And what else to do the after landing announcement.
312, connect approach on 124.35. Connect. Southwest 312, good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our destination.
Look at that
For your
windsock.
safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until Eric instructs you to unfasten your seatbelt. It will then be safe for
Iowa
you to
City
depart the
traffic,
plane.
Cirrus SR22 Foxtrot,
On behalf
clear
of
for
Eric
runway
Flight,
30,
I'd like to
Iowa
thank
City.
you for joining us on this
Okay,
trip, and we are
checklist.
looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a wonderful day.
There you go. All right, after landing, we already got the flaps up. Power lever 1000. Transponder's going to stay where it is. Fuel pump off. Pitot heat off. And I think we turned the icing off now too, the icer. All right, let's go park. There's only one place to go. There's an apron over here. That's where we're going. And welcome to Iowa City, everybody. Look at that windsock. That's what we were dealing with, so that's why we were getting bounced around everywhere. Nice. And I believe that this is add-on scenery. I can't remember if it's payware or not. I'll let you know after we park. But that looks pretty nice. Or maybe it's not, because that looks pretty disgusting, actually. Whoa, something got melted there. Must have had a fire. Alright, we're going to turn to the left here. We're going to park it over here. Probably right near this plane right there. Iowa City, everybody. Man, this... I know I had a lot of problems there, but this is pretty nice at the end here. To do that landing with the approach and everything. Okay, I'm looking on this side. Looking decent. Okay. Alright, after landing's done, avionics switch off or shut down. Fuel pump is off. Yep, we did pretty good on fuel. Let's see, mixture we cut off after I turn off everything but the strobes. Cut off. We made it, even though we had all those problems. Alright. Frame rate sucks here too as well. Mags off, master off. Strobes off. I already turned off the avionics. I did turn off the battery. I gotta turn the other one off. I gotta set that. It's bad to turn both off in the thing there. Parking brake on. Let's take a little walk around here, shall we? To Iowa City. Captain Kirk, we made it. We made it to your hometown almost. We are gonna take the drone out to Riverside. There you go. 9 Echo Foxtrot on the ground. Here in Iowa City, and wow, look at that windsock. That's what I was battling, getting down there. Very interesting. But all right, I'm gonna. You know what that might be? That might be the Enjoy It Fly scenery for Iowa City. Let's see if I have any scenery for this. I don't think I do. Oh, wait, I do. Wait, what is this? Iowa. I have a terminal, and I have KIOW. For some reason, it does have scenery, but it looks really weird. Alright, let's take the drone out, like we usually do. Oh, it's cool. They got a little compass there. Alright, pretty nice. I'm going to turn off the following before we have a problem with that. Sometimes if you fly far away like we're going to, it has issues with the elevation in your plane. Now it looks better. Looks like it was just loading. So someone put that in there in the terminal building. Looks decent. It's not the best, but it's freeware, so you can't knock it. Iowa City, right there. Alright, let's get the Google map out here so I can help myself out here. If we go north, it's this way. The actual city seems to be that way, so. And that does look like some type of freeware Iowa City down here. I did turn the tablet off. Good. Alright, finally. It's a nice little city, huh? There's the airport again. Still kind of loading stuff here. That looks like a city or town hall or a science museum of some sort. Some type of observatory there. Very cool. It's got some police here too. Alright, so listen, we're going to try to find Riverside. We're going to follow that highway down. That highway is this one. We're going to follow that south down, and then we're going to take a right onto Route 22 when we get down there. So we're going to see a lot of farmland or something. There we go. Wish us luck. We're going to go try to find Riverside, Iowa, which is the hometown of Captain James T. Kirk. There should be a little intersection down here. Oh, no, not ads during the point where I'm showing people things, but see ya, Digi. Thank you for hanging out and suffering through all that with me. Alright, we'll see ya. Have a good one. Heading down to Riverside. This is quite a road. We're almost there, though, according to what I'm seeing. It's going to be a big intersection of highways here. Okay. Should be like a triangular pattern. Come off of there. Is this it? No, that's not it. Alright, it's like a V there. I think I still have a way to go here. Yeah, we still have a way to go. Alright, Riverside, here we come. Come on, let's make it.
Alright, direct to Imperial County Airport, medevac Mercy here, 26.
Okay, now, this is literally the end of the highway, so I went way too far, according to what I'm seeing here. It shouldn't be, unless I followed the wrong highway. Alright, I'm going to try this one more time. Going back to the airport. Alright. Here we go. We're going to find it, everyone. We're going to find it. Here's the terminal. We'll go out from it. What runway is that? That's, runway 25. This highway. This is Route 1. And then there's there's the triangle part. Okay, we're going south now. This is 218. Maybe that's why. 218 is supposed to meet up 1, 2 triangular patterns later. So that's first one, right? I know you can't see this, but I'm looking at the Google Map online. Yep, so that's the first one. Looking for the second one. Alright, we're gonna find it this time. I'm going on the right highway finally. Alright. That's this one. And it's the next triangular one down here.
2975, medevac Mercy here, 26, and I have the one.
That one. Okay, so Riverside is, if I'm looking this way,
Costa Rican 4090, connection approach on 128.1.
Riverside's to the right. So this is Riverside, Iowa, right here. This little town. And that is the hometown of Captain Tiberius Kirk. Very interesting. That's 2 baseball fields, right? Yes, it does. I think. Give me a second here. Oh my God.
Southwest 2434, 137 for 230. Southwest 2434.
There's a casino and golf resort on the other side. Let's go check that out for a second. Where's the highway? Look for a big golfing area. I didn't see it.
Southwest 2434, contact.
Unless this was it.
126.77. 12677.
Huh. Alright. I'm a little lost again. This sucks. But I think this is Riverside because there's a big bend. And then, no! Alright, anyways. We went to Riverside. We're going to call it. Anyways, I want you to see a little bit about the museum and the hometown. Just turn off Winamp. There we go. I had it all ready to go. I'm going to turn off the Winamp background music so you can see a little bit about the future birthplace of Captain James T. Kirk.
We're definitely going to hit that. Let's head on into Riverside.
Yeah, it's probably going to give me an ad because I loaded it a long time ago. It's cool. Wow.
Take a look at the sign I just found. Riverside, where the trek begins.
Well, I think we found what we are looking for. The future birthplace of Captain James Tiberius Kirk. It's right here behind this salon, which used to be a barber shop, and I'm going to tell you the whole crazy story behind this today. Let's go see the birthplace of Captain Kirk. There's a birthplace sign up there. So you follow this little trail back here. It actually takes you to what looks like almost a cemetery marker. It says Riverside, Iowa. Future birthplace of Captain James T. Kirk, March 22nd, 2228. That also, March 22nd, also happens to be William Shatner's birthday as well. Take a look at this mural.
Well, isn't that special?
Isn't that cool? And they put a little contemplation memorial bench here. This was not always here. At one point it was just a marker with a ribbon on it. So if you're wondering how this all came about, it was because in the making of Star Trek book that was made in 1968, Gene Roddenberry said that Captain Kirk would be born in a small town in Iowa in 2228. Now, a huge Trekkie fan named Steve Miller was a councilman here in Riverside, and he decided, well, since they didn't name what town it was, I'm just going to put it on our next council meeting. I'm going to bring it up and see if we can adopt Riverside as the future home of Captain James T. Kirk, and that's exactly what happened. They ended up in 1985 passing it and changed even the town slogan to match their new slogan, where the best begins, and they changed it to where the trek begins. And the reason that the marker is back here, when I told you there was once just a stick with a ribbon, it's because Steve Miller owned the barber shop that was once here that is now the salon, and so he made the birthplace right behind his building. And there's even a little little Starship Enterprise donation box here. Now also what's really cool about this is that thanks to Steve Miller doing this and getting the town to agree to this, When they made the reboot movie in 2009, they actually identified Riverside as Captain Kirk's birthplace. Now that we've seen this, I think it's only fitting to go visit the museum here in town. It's also kind of neat, a little added bonus that I noticed walking out of here was, look down here on the ground. There's the Enterprise. So of course the entire town kind of embraced this, and they used to have something called Riverfest here every year. They changed it to Trekfest. Good tourism for the town. Well, you can see we have found it, and an advertisement for Riverside, Iowa's annual Trekfest, the official birthplace of Captain James T. Kirk, and it happens the last Saturday in June. This is so cool to see. My dad was a huge fan of the original Star Trek. And here's the museum, the Voyage Home. History and Star Trek exhibits. Free admission also. Here you can see on the windows you've got the Star Trek emblem.
Free admission.
And then you've got the Enterprise on that one. I want you for Starfleet. And then this bench even says, presented by William Shatner. Live long and prosper. You know I'm a sucker for t-shirts. Oh, take a look at this. This is great. Oh, there's the Gorn. And then Kirk and Spock. What's really interesting is that Captain Kirk was not the original captain of the very first episode, the pilot episode. So this is a wooden carving of Captain Kirk, and it says that this was a chainsaw carving. It was the first one done in Riverside in 1994. It was the first likeness of Captain Kirk. That's funny. The many emotions of Mr. Spock. Look, they're all the exact same. Up here, all their various Trekfest shirts from over the years. That one is really cool. Oh wow, check this out. Right away you see the do not touch. It's because it's Data's desk, used in Next Generation and Voyager series. That's really cool to see because I know my friend Breck is a huge fan of this show, and especially Data. That's really cool.
It's Data, but you could tell he's not a huge fan.
You can, if you look at this piece right here, right in between the, and then you look over here at the photo, you can tell they've repainted it, but it's the same exact desk. In fact, where he's sitting right there would be that right there. If you look at this one where the lip of the desk goes up there, I'll show you over here. So there's that lip right there. Now here they have an exhibit of the women of Star Trek.
Yeah, they're more that size. Okay, they're more that size.
And here we have various signed photos. There's Scotty. But I mean, it kind of runs the gamut of the whole series. See? Wow, I didn't realize that was Sally Kellerman.
Thank goodness you don't have to care.
Oh, they really have a lot of signed photos. I mean, that's incredible. They've got most of the cast, it looks like. And take a look at this. This set desk.
Very strong. Very strong.
Command center.
Looks like these are from the reboot.
Yeah, you cannot ignore the eyes. Yeah.
Oh, so the local high school built this.
Iowa. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I think we should sit down in it and see what it's like. Ah, here I am in the captain's chair.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the last appearances Leonard Nimoy made in the Star Treks. And of course, Star Trek has always had those action figures, so these are the new batch. Take a look at that toy. And then over here. And they have this display because, believe it or not, NASA got quite a few ideas from Star Trek. So there's a astronaut's jacket on loan. There's some of the actors. You can see Sulu there. Now take a look in here. There's all kinds of fun stuff in here we're going to get a look at. Right here, it's a lot of cast-signed photos from one man's collection. Ron Warren. See, he's gotten just about everybody you could want. Looks like there's a cast photo. There's our boy, Captain.
Research shows people remember ads with a catchy song. So to help you remember
Skipping the ad.
Mutual customizes your home insurance.
Kirk. Yeah, like I was saying, William Shatner and Captain Kirk were not originally on the original pilot in 1964. They had a guy named Jeffrey Hunter who was the captain, and that pilot was rejected. And once they got the approval to make another pilot, Jeffrey Hunter was not available, so they went with William Shatner. There's a collection of Star Trek plates. I thought it was really interesting. I found interviews with Leonard Nimoy, how he was saying, you know, the show originally was only on for 3 years, but it had a cult following that started up the conventions and everything, and it took on a whole new life for like 10 years after. And then when Star Wars came out, everybody got back into Star Trek again, so they made another movie. Those are such a blast from the past, huh? There's a briefing room monitor. The logbook says live long and prosper. And some of the round playing cards. And here we have Spock's brain tool. It's cool that somebody took all the time to recreate all these things to make replicas of them. The data card reader. The data cards. And the desktop monitor. I'll take a look at all the merchandise. This is crazy. The hat and shoes are cracking me up. Look at those shoes.
Wow. That was a little weird. That hat's pretty cool, though.
It's that Klingon Batleth. There's the live long and prosper hands.
Chess.
Crazy chessboard. Look in the photo over there, you can see Spock and Kirk with one. Star Trek logger.
So I think they like their Trek there.
Welcome to Belleville. And here we have Quantum Destiny. Then over here they created a transporter. Isn't that neat? And a sign that says videos and photos are logical here. And this is one of William Shatner's outfits. So here we have a certificate of authenticity that says Star Trek Voyager Harry Kim stunt Starfleet uniform costume is in this case. There's two of them in there.
It's pretty cool.
Another one of the female. Wow, take a look at that. All the different versions. Spacecrafts. Now both of these cases right here contain, looks like every episode of the original, is it 78 episodes? Looks like they have all of them. All 3 seasons. And that is a signed poster. It says 25 years in the final frontier.
Alright, so listen, I'm going to fast forward to this. There's a lot more memorabilia, as you can see.
Stars of the start.
And then they actually have a statue. That's Riverside, Iowa. That's the birthplace of Captain James T. Kirk. And we're going to call it a day here, so let's go back to the plane. We're right outside the plane, here with Captain James T. Kirk. And we're going to take one more look around here in the drone. From Iowa City, Iowa. We'll be departing from here. Next step on our Star Trek adventures will be to Broken Bow, Oklahoma, 900 Foxtrot, Broken Bow Airport, again for the Star Trek Enterprise. That would be the prequel series from 2001, I believe, and they went to about 2005 or 6. And Scott Bakula was Captain Jonathan Archer in that. So I think we're going to try to take Jonathan Archer, if I can make it happen, as a VIP. I'm going to go to Broken Bow, Oklahoma, where the Klingons were first introduced to humanity, I guess, back then. But anyways, we're going to put some music on, so I should have done that. There you go. And we're going to basically rate someone else here, so if you're on Twitch, stay tuned. If you're on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, push that subscribe button. If you're on Twitch, please feel free to follow. Anything that I get monetarily from this goes to flight simming or real-world flying, so it's greatly appreciated. We appreciate all your support. Thanks to DigiDrive for coming out, Jet Pilot Cinnamon. I'm sorry about all the stupid computer stuff we had with the internet going down, but I will see you soon. I don't know when I'm going to fly that flight, but if you join my Discord, you'll find out when. And that'll be our next thing. It's going to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. So I will see you. Stay tuned to go raid someone.